it's about what you do with the degree. Because a lot of people were telling me, don't major in psychology. Like, you're not going to make any money.
For sure.
And depending on the route that you go, you won't make any money.
Yeah,
But it's
real.
about finding what you love, finding your gifts, marrying that with the degree to really transcend the idea of having this one role. Like, you can create roles, you can create jobs.
The biggest myth for me was that you're going to be set once you get out. Because I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm about to get the townhouse. I'm about to get the whip. I'm about to get all this. And hell no, it did not work out like that.
Don't see it for what it was. I see what it's gotta be.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Well-ish podcast, where we talk about all of the things that they should have taught you in the classroom but didn't.
You did.
My name is Lindsay, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hi, my name is Kaya, and I'm a student at Agnes Scott College.
What up? It's your boy with Cardi B. You already know. Res Life Office in the house. Watch your mouth. What's going on?
What's up, y'all?
What's happening?
Hey.
What's happening?
What's good?
Before we pop it off, just curious. Hey, what? Give me one of y'all favorite songs y'all listen to right now. Just curious. I was thinking about that.
Definitely Squabble Up by Kendrick.
Okay. I feel you.
It's this new Wale song. I forgot what it was called.
Wale.
Blanco.
Okay.
Shout out
like
to
that
DC.
song.
Shout out to DC.
shout out to DC.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I gotta tap again on Wale.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm listening to I like West Coast music, so I'm listening to AZ Chike. He was on Peekaboo, but he got his new song called Wet 2 Times. I like, bro.
check
His
that
style.
out.
His style crazy for
Let me
sure.
check it out.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies.
No, you're good. So we're talking today about launching, right? We're talking all things college and the undergraduate experience, but today we're just going to focus on what happens after. Like, what's next after college? And this is perfect because we have a senior with us. Kaya's graduating.
Yeah, man. You did.
Which is
Come
like
out.
exciting, but bittersweet because like I'm gonna miss you.
I know, man.
I'm gonna miss you at the wellness center.
I am too.
Sure,
a
man.
lot. I feel like I've made so many connections and grown so much during my years, and I'm excited for my next chapter, for whatever's to come, and very grateful.
That's word.
Before getting into the details about launching and what you need to know before you leave undergrad, I do want to talk about like what are the biggest myths about college? What were the things that you thought were going to happen at college that didn't?
I wouldn't say miss, more so like I had more expectations of what I wanted out of college and what I wanted to do. Like, for example, I know like when I graduated my senior year of high school, I was like, well, by the time I'm a junior or sophomore, I'm going to have my own apartment and so forth. But I know during my whole college experience, I didn't work. I just focused on my studies and really geared into like networking and what career I wanted to do and how I wanted to get into it.
Word. You said biggest myths in college, or is it like while you there, or just in general about college? Just curious.
I would say both.
I would say one of the biggest myths for me was when I was always watching television or TV, and even people when I was growing up telling me I could get a job right after I get out of school, and that did not happen at all. It happened for me, but it didn't happen in a way that people were saying like, "Oh, you want to get a job in your field," and it's like that's not how that worked for me. And I think even now, I think it's the same thing. Like, you just don't jump straight into something unless you got something set up. But nobody was telling me, get internships or do this, do that. It was almost like, yeah, you're just going to get a job off the muscle. And it's like, that's not how that should work. Like, just because you got the paper or the degree, that doesn't mean you about to jump straight into something. So I think the biggest myth for me was like, you're going to be set once you get out. Because I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I'm about to get the townhouse. I'm about to get the whip. I'm about to get all this. And hell no, it did not work out like that. So yeah, that was probably one of the biggest ones for me for sure.
This might be a hot take, but I think like the biggest myth is that like it's a good financial investment.
Bruh. Hey, man. Them student...
Because the way that student loans are set up is crazy. And you do it with the idea of, oh, well, when I leave here, I'll be able to earn this amount.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And it will take you years to pay that back.
Accumulate that too.
Grad school even worse because it's even more expensive.
Yes, it is.
It's like,
especially during this time.
Yeah. I dropped 37 racks at Georgia State for my master's degree. And I mean, granted, dope degree, I'm using it, but it's like still, bro, the fact you got to come out of that pocket so much, especially you ain't got scholarships and all that, jugging, man. Straight jugging. So
where I got my master's at Columbia University, they called me asking for donations. And I'm like, are y'all for real?
Hell yeah.
LOL.
I'm still paying for my degree. I have
For
no
sure.
money to donate.
Oh, wait.
For sure.
I have a quick question and a hot take.
Okay.
So do y'all feel like, and this is something that goes on at Agnes a lot, do y'all feel like depending on the degree, like one's more valuable over the other, or it's just a degree at the end of the day? Like a lot of people within my class or at Agnes, they believe like STEM majors were more prioritized, like people who are going to med school,
Okay.
nursing,
Okay.
physician assistants, any healthcare like field versus like you doing like international relations or political science or some kind of art related major or business. What are y'all thoughts?
Yeah. I definitely think STEM majors or even people that aren't in the creative field or like writing, English and stuff like that are always prioritized. Like at least when I was coming up at GGC, the curriculum changed. I was a psych major for undergrad, but tech, IT was always prevalent or always got like the most resources. Folks are like they're now getting into their nursing programs and stuff that they're building up, but like biology, chemistry, all that always receive priority. But like I don't know, film wasn't.
Yeah.
It's never been a major. I think it wasn't even a minor then. It's maybe a minor now at that school, but like that wasn't taken serious. Even though Atlanta is a hotbed for film people
music,
don't prioritize it. Yeah, music don't prioritize it. All that stuff to me is mind blowing because like creativity or things that may not be of the norm aren't, I don't know, I guess supported enough or backed enough financially and just backed in general.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of the stuff is like, nah, go do computers, like you'll be straight, or go do
Right.
programming, like you'll be cool. And it's like, what if I don't want to do that? What if I actually want to do something that I feel like I'm good at
And enjoy.
and enjoy
Yeah.
it, but they don't offer it, and it's like you kind of stuck. So
Right.
yeah, so I definitely feel that. That's a great point.
I think in response to your question, it's about what you do with the degree. Because a lot of people were telling me, don't major in psychology. Like, you're not going to make any money.
For
and
sure.
depending on the route that you go, you won't make
Yeah.
any money.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
real.
about, to your point, finding what you love, finding your gifts, and then marrying that with the degree to
Exactly.
really transcend the idea of having this one role. Like, you can create roles, you can create jobs,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be this like traditional path.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do more than one thing. You can pivot. You can
Yeah.
do multiple things at once. And that they don't tell you that. They teach you, oh, you're going to go study education? Okay, you're going to go be an educator. Oh, you're going to
Right.
study psychology, you're going to study neuroscience. You can do this one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's
Yeah.
not true.
It's not true at all.
Yeah. Do you feel like your institution's back, like your, I don't want to say, I guess not your viewpoint, but just your major in general? Do you feel like you had the support there for that?
I did. So
Okay.
specifically the program where I got my master's, they focused on multicultural competency. And that's something
For sure.
that like I'm personally passionate about in the field.
That's what's
and
up.
so that allowed me to kind of like take it and run with it. And that's what I've been doing.
Wow.
Which has been really
That's what's
cool,
up.
really
That's
rewarding.
That's dope.
I feel like it's different at like my institution as far as like if you're a neuroscience or psychology, if you're psychology, it's more like, oh, you can do therapy and that's pretty much it from what I've heard from people who are psych majors.
Mm-hmm.
And then with neuroscience, it's more like, oh, you're just gonna do research. And given that we have two amazing professors in that department, but they're only like subjected to only research because that's what they specialized in. They have their PhDs in research with neuroscience. And that's just particularly like not everybody wants to do that.
Yeah.
Like I want to go into nursing. There's not a lot of like career involvement or help with people who want to get into that field mostly. So yeah.
Wow. That's real.
Before we move on, any other myths about college? Any other things that you thought would be the case that weren't?
Yeah, I always thought like it was gonna be a big party, Project X style. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be every week gonna be lit, and it was not like that.
It
Not like that at all.
I think you just went to the wrong school.
Like 21 Jump Street. Like that's what I thought it
My
was
school was
gonna
like
be.
that. Kinda,
Okay, I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like GC, we always went to the city because we was on the north side, so it was different. But
Yeah.
I just expected like every college to
Place
kind of be
to
the
be
same.
like that,
yeah,
yeah,
like oh, this
no.
college going to this college, and kind of like how AU is, like the AUC. they kind of like tight where they do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't get that experience. So maybe I did just go to the wrong damn school and it's like I should have took my ass somewhere else. So it's probably what it is. For sure. But I feel you. I feel you.
So now that you're a senior and you've had 4 years experience on campus, are there any things that you will offer like to your freshman self, like you coming into college? What would you offer? What would you say to Kaya?
I would definitely say know who you are. No, I mean, even if you don't know who you are yet, you're gonna figure that out while you're in college. Be okay to be open-minded about yourself. You're gonna go through things. Life is going to life, and it's gonna shape you and form you. But like, stay true to who you are. I would also say like learn to. I'm really big on this. Learn to advocate for yourself. There's going to be people in this world that tell you you cannot do it. You're not capable of doing it. Maybe you should try something else, and kind of like break you down or make it seem like you can't do it. I'm here to tell you they're wrong and you can do it. That's something I have learned at my institution is self-advocacy. Like I advocate for myself every day. And I'm very persistent and determined to getting where I am in life because of it. I think one more thing I would give is, as far as like careers and majors go, it doesn't matter like what you're majoring, but like you were saying earlier, Lindsay, like it's about what you do with it, what your path and what you want to do with your degree. That's the biggest thing. And if you have that plan and it's in motion and you're striving for it, aim for it.
Fire.
I love that.
Yeah. Well said.
What would you, now that you have years of experience after college and some life, what would you offer yourself?
I think about this a lot. And sometimes I say nothing because I think I was having fun and I was growing. So I wouldn't want to like stop myself or make myself go harder. But I always think about going back and just telling myself to like lock in a little bit more with my passions so I could have better avenues and gateways to get to different things in my 20s. I don't think I slacked off, but I just think I had a lot going on that I had to like dive into school and kind of put some stuff to the side and then come back to it. So I don't know, I would maybe tell myself to find a better balance, but at the same time, like I wouldn't want to knock the multiverse trajectory off of myself, you know what I'm saying? So I battle with that a lot. Like would I go back and say something or would I just let it rock? So I don't know. I feel like I've had a great experience in life so far, so yeah. I feel like I'm right where I need to be at.
Right. I would also, just to piggyback off that, I would also say, like, do the internships, the parties. You dating is always going to be there. Study those long hours. Push yourself.
Yeah.
Life is always going to be there, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
I think one thing that I would go back and offer myself is just the importance of networking and finding a mentor.
That's big.
Yeah.
Like reach out to professors, establish relationships with people. Yeah. Because it wasn't until I connected with my mentor that I really got like clarity on what was next. I had no desire to go to grad school. I had no desire, and I was studying psychology. Like, what are you doing in psychology without going to grad school?
Right.
So,
but that was just my path, and it wasn't until I met my mentor and he introduced me to doing qualitative research. That's what like prompted me to apply for grad school, and like all of these other things that have happened, I can kind of point back to that moment.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage people to get connected with a mentor and find guidance if you haven't already.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Bowser, Dr. Rachel Bowser, who worked at the school. She was actually my first English teacher, and she's been guiding me like throughout my journey a lot. So shout out to Rachel, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah, but I say that to say like, even people who not your mentors, they be guiding you. I love the point you brought up though. Yeah. That was fire. You always don't think about sometimes like the people that push you on your journey. So that's cool.
It was something I didn't think I needed.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here getting my degree, but it's like, it's so much more to it.
So much more to it, yeah.
And you'll leave your institution and look back like, I should have connected with this person. I should have taken this internship opportunity. Now you're gone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
For sure.
So shifting here a little bit, I want to hear, where do you all see yourselves personally and professionally in 5 years?
Great question.
Kaya, I'll let you kick us off.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've been thinking about this. a little more.
So,
Where I see myself professionally in 5 years. Well, I see myself definitely being in the nursing field. I have this dream of just helping people in medicine and in healthcare because our system is very flawed. And I want to be able to help with that, get people who don't have access to medical care and healthcare, have them have that access, as well as growing my relationship with God as well. I also see myself just maybe like starting a business. I feel like I've like for my past 4 years in undergrad, I've developed this like because I'm in Wakazi. Shout out to Wakazi, our Black Student Union, and I've done and hosted a lot of our events, and it's kind of geared me towards to like start a business of my own, like event planning and stuff like that. So I see myself having an event planning business.
that's far.
And I also see myself being like, obviously like engaged or married at some point in time and just overall flourishing.
I love it.
That was fire.
I love it.
Yeah, that was cool. I would say professionally, if I'm still at Agnes, I would love to move up and do something a little different. I feel like I've been in res life for a long, long time. Really since I was 17, even as an RA and a CA. So maybe jumping to do something bigger on like a dean of students level, maybe somewhere, or even just like a VP, you know what I'm saying, AVP level. I know I got it. I know I can do it. So shit, you know what I mean? Why not? But I would love to just do that because I feel like I can enact more change and do more things somewhere versus not saying that you can't do nothing where you at right now in res life, but I feel like you got more power and more budget monetary wise. You can do more things the higher you go up. So maybe that's my mindset, and maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, but I feel like once you go up more, you can do more things. And it's like, I only got to report, I don't know who, to the president, you know what I mean? Like, nobody else can stop me if I try to do something I know that's going to push people forward. So I would love to be in a bigger position where I could do more for people, I would say. I think personally, man, just really on top of the world. Like, it's the juice, you know what I mean? It's what I do,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So you already know my business side, I'm always trying to crack that joint off and just jump it off. So I think now, like, I'm in that position where it's just gonna skyrocket. So I just can't wait to see in 5 years. Like, I already know everything I always dreamed about as a little kid. The younger me gonna be so proud. So I'm like, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Lindsay, how about you?
I don't know why it's so hard for me to think about things beyond next week.
Oh, brother.
It
P.U. This guy.
Okay, so like,
guy stinks.
First of all, 5 years.
Come on, for real.
That's 2030.
Oh, brother.
I'm
Are
gonna
y'all,
be real,
are y'all
y'all.
listening to this and catching this?
I'll be
Tell
like,
them-
I'll be
be
like
real.
27.
So
Yeah, that's
So
not even.
I see myself continuing to grow. I have a thriving private practice here in Atlanta called Life Matters Empowerment. It's growing and thriving. I see that happening
Talk
more.
that ish. Yeah, talk that ish. There we go.
I
yeah.
see myself expanding. So I specialize in sound therapy using
Right.
sound bowls. I see myself doing events on a global scale. I'm doing events now, not just in Atlanta. I've done events in DC and Virginia, but I want to take my sound therapy expertise internationally. So I just got back from Thailand and they were doing a sound therapy conference while I was there. I had no idea. So like everything just
See how that
aligns. You
works?
see how it works?
That's
So I
crazy.
definitely see
Wow.
myself leaning more into like international opportunities and like scaling globally. That's what I would love for myself.
I like when you talk when you in that bag, my
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, talk like that. I like that. Yeah, that's what's up.
You know, talking about the future though, it can be anxiety provoking, right? Because
Sure.
these are all unknown factors. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we're thinking about what's next.
Yeah.
Specifically for you, Kaya, because these are conversations like I wish I had when I was launching
Yeah.
and a senior, not now having in my 20s and 30s.
Yeah, for sure.
So moving on a little bit,
Yeah.
will you all require your children to attend college? I won't.
No, I don't think I will require my kids to go because I feel like school is not for everybody, and I'm seeing that a lot more lately. I feel like I just want to give them choices. Like if they want to go to school and pursue whatever they want to pursue, they can. But if they don't and want to like start a business or save money or just do something else other than school, like or join the military, I feel like that would, whatever's best for them.
Okay. I would not push it or make them go, but I would want them to go at least for 1 year to experience it. Because I feel like, and these are conversations we've had about like how dope we've made great relationships and how dope college is for us. I would want them to get that experience and at least like feel it. You know what I'm saying? So they could at least like get that network off, meet some people. They could at least like understand the discipline of going to school and actually, you know, going to school and class on time. You know what I mean? Like turning these stuff in 11:59, like deadlines and them things. I think it'd be cool for them to experience, but my hope is they don't even got to do that. And they already got it in high school. And then when they jump from high school, they doing what they want to do. That's my hope. But again, I would love for them to get that experience. I feel like college, you don't get that experience anywhere else but when you go to school somewhere. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I want us to transition a little bit now to talking about therapy. So I think that was another unique thing about being at Agnes. I realized that some students that were coming through the Wellness Center, it was their first time ever in therapy.
Oh, wow.
They didn't go to therapy. Their parents didn't take them to therapy during childhood. And a lot of families don't.
Yeah.
But coming to college and coming to the Wellness Center, that was their first time being in a therapeutic environment. What are y'all's thoughts about people going to therapy, pros of people going to therapy? Any thoughts on that?
Yes, I am a therapy bird.
Not a bird.
Yeah, like, no, I really advocate for everyone to go to therapy. That is my biggest thing. I first started doing therapy once I got into Agnes. I was really scared. I wasn't open at all. My therapist, she was so patient and willing to work with me. And I think like so many of the pros of having it now is I know how to cope and deal with stuff. I recognize behaviors and patterns I've seen in people that I'm close with or like people that I've, probably had issues with. I also know how to like just be like patient with myself and give myself grace. Like that's the biggest thing when you give yourself grace. I am learning that currently now. And therapy is amazing. And I also feel like it depends on like who your therapist is and what kind of counseling you get because it does matter. I know a lot of people have had bad experiences with therapy because they didn't necessarily connect with their therapist. Like it wasn't a good match. So I'm really big on like you have therapy in your life. Make sure you and your therapist are a good match and that you're able to talk to them and, get the help you need.
Agree. I think
that's valid.
That's the biggest part for me is I think you should go to a therapist where you can resonate and relate to them or they can at least, relate to you on some level. I've been to a therapist before. We had nothing in common or at least nothing I could really learn from that person at that time. And it's just like it bombed. Then I actually met somebody that guy that I ran into and appreciated. I could understand. He understood me. And it was like, this is what I've been waiting for to get to out of a therapist. So, yeah, I think therapy is essential. But I think to Kaya's point, you got to find that good fit for sure. Because if not, then it's just like either wasting your time, wasting your money, or you're not helping yourself grow in the rate that you want to.
Yeah. I want to say, too, we see mental health symptoms and mental health diagnoses really spike at this age.
Really?
For college students. This is where we see people. Maybe you've never had any struggles with mental health before, or you've never had symptoms that have shown. We see them showing up at this time for the first time. So getting help now is ideal if you can. If you're on a campus that has counseling services, like taking advantage of them. But it's good to get these things before you launch, and it's good to already be in the swing of going to therapy before entering adulthood because you already have that level of support.
Gotcha. As a mental health expert, where do I start if I want to go to therapy? What's the best place? Well, not I don't say the best place, but what do you recommend somebody should do to start that?
To start the process of finding a therapist?
Yeah, or getting into therapy, trying to do therapy, things of that nature. Like I know for us, we got the wellness right, and that could be a launching pad to start with. For somebody even at Agnes or outside of Agnes, what do I need to do to actually get into it?
Well, I would say the first thing is like we want this to be sustainable. So
Okay.
finding a provider that accepts an insurance that you have or where you can
Gotcha.
afford, their fee or afford the copay.
Dope.
Because one big barrier to people going to therapy is like it costs too much. Some
Sure.
really good therapists don't accept insurance. And so in order to make it sustainable and to make it something that will be long lasting, finding a place that accepts the insurance that you have and doing some trial and error, just like how in dating, you don't just go with the first person that you want to date with. Having some different consultations with therapists to get a feel for them, feel their energy, ask them some
that.
questions too during the consultation to decide if it feels like it's a good fit or not. And then moving forward with scheduling your initial session. That's what I would say.
I like that. That was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you be acting all shy still when you be in your expert bag. Go ahead and let it rip, man.
I'm not
You know what I mean?
acting shy, yo.
You do be.
There you go.
You be
You got
dropping
it, yo.
gems
There you go.
a lot.
I thought I was dropping gems.
You
You are. You are.
But,
You always are.
but yeah, that's what I would say.
Corey would be proud of you. I'm messing with you, but I'm messing with you.
To wrap this up though, as far as launching, are there any things that like come to your mind that you're nervous about when you think about leaving college, leaving the Agnes environment? What would you say?
I think one thing I'm nervous about is school has kept me so productive these past 4 years. And I feel like when I'm off into the like real world environment, it's like, what am I going to do? I've always had schoolwork to keep me busy and these clubs and whatever else I was into to keep me busy. And I guess the amount of like, am I useful? Can I still be productive after? Like, I mean, other than like working and stuff, but am I still useful? And yeah.
What would you offer, Makari?
Yeah, I mean, I would say for real, like you already talked about you want a close relationship spiritually, which is dope. So you already working on that. You already know you got a plan as for what you want to do. I just say believe in yourself, no matter what it is. Fortify your mind. Keep that in there. Don't let nothing or nobody, not even yourself, self-sabotage yourself to tell you out or take you out of something that you know is meant for you. I did that a lot in my 20s, even just growing up, because I didn't realize like my worth sometimes. And I kind of backed out of situations a lot of times or tried to pivot to something I know I liked and I pivot to something else. I'm like, that's not safe enough. That's not secure enough. This is a business I want to get into, but I was too scared or too fearful. So
Right.
I say whatever it is you want to do it, like stick to it. If you know that's in you, keep that in there. Especially your gut, your instinct telling you. I mean, it's something there that you're trying to get pushed towards and you've been praying on, you've been talking about, you've been pushing for. Do that. Don't let nothing knock you off, especially yourself, for real. Because sometimes we can be our worst enemy.
Yeah.
But if you know that and you already see it, you good, man. For real. You're going to be straight. What would you say?
Thank you. That's good.
I would offer that you have everything that you need inside of you already to win. You have everything that you need. It's already inside of you. So even thinking about like the productivity and will I be able to do that outside of college? If you're doing it now, you still have the ability to tap back into that if you want to. You create systems for yourself so that you're maximizing on your productivity, but remembering that you already have everything you need in you to do whatever you want to do in life.
Right.
That was real Yoda. I like that. I see you, my boy.
We want to thank y'all for checking out this episode of the Well-ish Podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me at Life Matters Empowerment.
My name is Kaya. You can find me at Kaya03. That's KYKYA03.
That's your boy Bakari B. You can find me at Juice Boy B. That's Boy with an I on all platforms. You already know what it is. Appreciate y'all.
Don't see it for what it was. I see what it's gotta be.